So it has taken what feels like years, but Johnny Somali is finally going to jail. Although we don't know for how long yet, the final stages of what he can call his happy life are now coming to an end. If you guys remember, in the last couple of videos I made on Johnny, I was criticizing the Korean legal system for dragging this out longer than it needed to be, which some could say was a good thing because that let Johnny get himself into more trouble, only adding to his sentence, but in reality, nobody wanted that, and they wanted him to stop doing what he was doing right then and there. And like I said, it looks like that's finally going to happen. So it says that Johnny not only showed up to court an hour late, but also hungover. Now, of course, this means he had a lot in his mind and he wanted to blame it on the alcohol. Not sure there's going to be many more of that, but here's a clip showing just how drunk he actually got the morning of his trial.
I'm giving y'all the first viral moment tonight. Oh my god. I just threw up everywhere. Oh my god.
Now, by the looks of his chat, it seems like they were paying him to drink because people are saying that he still owes them. And even then, he comes back to the camera being like, that's how you know I'm not, that's how you know I'm not, you guys, that's how you know I'm not, that's...
God damn, I just threw up everywhere. I just threw up. That's how you know I'm not scamming. I'm not scamming. That's how you know I'm not scamming. I never scammed you. Right? I never scammed Party Chat. I never scammed Pirate Gang. The fuck?
Now, what's funny about him wearing the MAGA hat is that he actually thinks that's going to get Trump's attention in the hopes that he gets some sort of pardon, which isn't crazy to think about. If Elon Musk sees this and tweets out, LOL, that's so doge of him, or whatever the fuck that weirdo tweets out, Trump would consider bringing him back just to make people think he's doing a good job.
Pretty please, bring back my Somalian friend, please. He's the only one that I can fit in my luggage. He's the best. He comes with me on all my flights.
But thankfully, that doesn't look like it's going to happen. It doesn't look like anything he wants is going to happen because just before getting drunk, he announced that he had a deal in the works with a streaming site Party so that he can give us an all-access pass to his trial from his point of view.
Live on Party. Streams coming soon. I just had to do this little test. Maybe just 30 seconds just to let you guys know that Johnny Somali will be locking in with Party.com. We got the deals in the works, man. Shout out the creator, shout out B. And yes, I will be back doing IRL streaming on Party.com. Shit is gonna get spicy.
So not only did that obviously not happen, but according to this guy who keeps up with everything Johnny Somali, Johnny not only pled guilty to the charges that he already had, but he was hit with a fourth charge that his lawyer didn't even know about.
So we just wrapped up with the first day of trial for the Ramzi Khalid Ismail case, that is Johnny Somali. And what happened was he was over an hour late to his trial, and he came in with Hank. He was dressed in a white suit. Hank was in a black suit, very, ebony and ivory sort of thing they had going on there. He immediately looked at me directly, stuck his tongue out. He was wearing a MAGA hat. He was instructed twice to take it off. And bungled that absolutely hilariously multiple times, but he pled guilty to all three of the original charges, that is the first obstruction and the 2 Minor Crimes Act violations. But the last obstruction, the new one that just came out this week, they had no idea about. His lawyer didn't know, he didn't know, so they have to schedule a whole new trial date 3 weeks from now just for him to plead guilty, and that won't be the end of the story for Ramzi.
So this is a picture of Johnny walking into the courthouse, and he wasn't lying. They did like some yin-yang type situation. There are 0 video clips from inside the courtroom, so him getting all dressed up for the cameras only worked for this one picture that looks like a lawyer and his client who's about to go to jail for the rest of his fucking life. I like how the guy who's not on trial has his suit perfectly fitting, while Johnny looks like he borrowed a suit from the fattest guy he knows. But I think it's safe to say that if your lawyer doesn't know about the new charge that was added to the list of charges you already have, then you might as well try and defect to North Korea and see what happens. Because while they might not be making an example out of him, when asked, how fucked is Johnny? The lawyer covering the case said the crimes are pretty serious themselves, even if they are novel and unique in how he broke them. And as he mentioned in his video, one of those charges is obstruction, which was for the convenience store incident. The other was for when he was harassing people on the subway. But this fourth charge is the biggest one of all.
Bro, I got Korean investigation documents. These niggas been interrogating me for months, for days, nigga. These niggas been on my ass. I hope some of y'all niggas got Google Translate, cause I do, nigga. They writing this shit in Google language. I don't even know how to understand it. These niggas are saying you have a national intelligence security charge. National intelligence security charge. Does anybody know what the fuck that means?
Now, after looking up what that actually means, in South Korea, it means that you were basically praising or doing something that benefits North Korea. And if we go back and look at what he's accused of, spreading North Korean propaganda is on that list, which can send him up to 7 years in jail. Dude is scoring touchdowns with an extra point during his trial. 7 years for spreading propaganda? Dog, you're fucking Somalian. The last people they want spreading their propaganda is you. That's like the KKK handing out NAACP pamphlets. So like, no, it's okay. We actually do not want your help. We're just telling people how great you are. With the hood on, dog? Really? Now, mind you, they did postpone his trial for another month, and he seems to be able to stream from this website without anything happening. If you're wondering who he's staying with allowing him to stream, it's that Asian guy I mentioned in my last video who is a self-proclaimed American despite never being to America. And he doesn't even want to be the cool kind of American. He wants to be that deep south, I don't like black people type of American. Which is the most ironic thing in the world. He identifies as a racist guy from the South, but is friends with the only black guy in South Korea? Yeah, that makes total fucking sense. Also, another YouTuber who happens to be covering this is Atozi, and if you go to his channel, him and the actual lawyer Legal Mindset are in South Korea covering this trial, even going live after the trial ended. But it's funny because Johnny really thinks that he's going to make it out of all of this without anything serious happening. But you can just tell from his streams that he's putting out now that he's losing it. He knows that he's on his last leg of freedom, and he's doing anything to try and keep people's attention.
When I go to the judge tomorrow and say, oh, I'm sorry, oh, I'm mentally ill, I don't know what's going on, I have a bipolar disorder, and what may I do? I left my medication in America, I don't know what's happening, Your Honor, please help me, I am a psychopath, I plead mentally insane. And they say, okay, go home with a fine of $500. What is this nigga gonna say?
So I just got out of the Johnny Somali trial, and it's safe to say things went terribly for him.
This dude is so delusional from the isolation. He said that he's going to be doing IRL streams soon. This dude isn't allowed to take pictures in fucking public anymore. How the hell does he think he's going to stream? Even if Kik gave him a $100 million deal, the government themselves said he can't stream. I guess the loophole he found was that it only applies if he's in public, so he's stuck in that shitty apartment until the inevitable happens, which unfortunately won't be for another 3 weeks. If all goes well though, guys, this will be my third video of the day. I won't be putting out one tomorrow because of UFC, and then I maybe will put one out on Sunday, but if I don't see you Sunday, I will definitely see you Monday. Until then, peace.